Let's see what's this new tablet all about. Okay guys, so this is the Matepad 11.5 as Papermatte Edition. Right off the bat, the build quality is actually pretty good. I would say it's pretty good. It has a metal unibody, okay? And of course, the front portion of it, you've got the 11.5-inch screen taking up much of the real estate space. And when you actually turn off the screen, you actually see a matte layer on the front of the screen. So this matte layer is what Huawei is calling it the Papermatte Edition or Papermatte display. So you may ask, what is this Papermatte display all about? First things first, this new Papermatte display doesn't eliminate glare. It reduces glare. However, it eliminates reflection. As you can see, I've got the studio light shining directly onto this. You don't actually see the reflection of the studio light, but you do see the glare. The case is different if you actually turn on the screen. With the screen on, it's barely noticeable. So don't get mistaken with what the marketing jargon is all about. Okay, coming back to the display of this Matepad 11.5 as Papermatte Edition, the colors of the display, although there is a matte layer at the front, they appear really vibrant because of the IPS LCD that Huawei is using for this particular tablet. The color science, the color profile to the tablet is amazing, whereby images actually appear really crisp and sharp. This tablet is available in 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabyte internal storage. A Kirin 9000WL chipset and octa-core processor runs the show in this tablet. And I have to say that everything feels smooth and seamless in using this tablet. I'm here to actually tell you who and what this tablet is for. So let's move in and look at scenarios where I'm actually putting this tablet to good use. But before we move into the usage of the tablet, let me just put it out there. Yes, we are all aware of the sanctions Huawei has faced and also the shortcomings of the operating system that the Harmony OS in this uses. Okay, there is lack of support for native Google apps. However, there is a bypass to it. You can actually install third-party applications from multiple websites. So what I've done actually, I've actually gone ahead and downloaded Adobe Lightroom for this tablet. Okay, over here I've got an image of a PC that I've built recently. Okay, and I'm looking to edit this out. So first steps, I'm actually using the Huawei M Pencil for this as well. Okay, so first step, create a linear gradient. Linear gradient, I am going to pull it from this edge, from the right edge, all the way up close to the casing. And by clicking onto light, I can reduce the exposure. This time the linear gradient is going to come from left to right. And I'm going to tilt it a bit so it doesn't overlap onto the casing. Same thing, go back to light. Okay, reduce the exposure to create a dark looking side there. So you can actually see that with the Huawei M Pencil and this tab, okay, freehand drawing or editing photos, videos becomes an easy task here. So this is one feature I actually appreciate with the tab. And I got to say that the overall experience has actually made me change my mind and feeling about what a tablet can be used for. Huawei has included an application on this tab called the Huawei Go Paint app. The Go Paint app, basically, it works like Adobe Illustrator. However, it is unable to export your graphic or your creation in vector format. After speaking to Huawei, I've been told that in the future, updates for this app, there will be a possibility that you can actually export your images in vector format. I'm actually scribbling here from left to right with my palm and nothing appears on the screen. So it has good palm resistance, and when you're writing, it feels smooth and it feels natural. So if you're a movie buff and you enjoy watching movies on a slightly bigger screen than your mobile phone, this is a really good device. Why? First thing, it's its 11.5-inch screen. Excuse me, that's the noise of the M Pencil pairing with the tab. So this 11.5-inch screen is amazing. But what's even better is actually the 4 speakers included in the tablet. Audio quality is impeccable. It's robust, it's sharp, it's crisp, it's amazing. Oh, honestly, I would tell you it has been the best experience with a tablet in terms of audio and video. So, as with most devices today, the biggest worry we have is the amount of juice that this particular device can put out. Huawei has gone ahead and included a 8800 mAh battery for this. I've been using this for a period of about 1 week and a half, and I don't actually use it 24/7. In a day, I use it periodically. There are times where I use it for 2-3 hours and then give it a break, and then another an hour, give it a break, and then another 2-3 hours. So that 8800 mAh battery guarantees me at least 1 day of usage. I can leave my home with 100% and be back at home with the tab around 20%. So I'm actually pretty impressed with the tab's battery life. So if you're a person who's going to use it for, let's say, only 2 hours per day, probably the tab would last you at least 2 to 3 days. So when you purchase your Matepad 11.5 as Papermatte Edition, in the box, you will receive Huawei Smart Magnetic Keyboard. This is the keyboard, and this is the cover and the keyboard. You can actually put it at a distance and the keyboard separately, and you can use it. Alternatively, if you're preferring a more traditional method of using it, just snap onto the magnets and you have the keyboard ready to be used like a laptop. This tablet is going on sale on the Huawei store. It is being sold at RM2499. With every purchase, you are entitled to get a free gift of the all-new M Pencil 3, a Huawei mouse, and included in the bundle itself is the Smart Magnetic Keyboard. This is the best part. From the period of August 7 up to August 12, Huawei is also giving customers an additional RM200 off. So if you're interested, the link is in the description below. Check it out. So this tablet from Huawei, the Matepad 11.5 S Papermatte Edition, I wouldn't say it's the best tablet I've seen, nor would I say it's the worst I've seen. It sits somewhere in a gray area, but for its price today, I think it's a really decent buy. That's all. See you all in the next one.